Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel Shades of Neen, where we do beauty on a budget. Our aim here is to find affordable makeup for everyday use. If that sounds good to you, please push the subscribe button and give me a big thumbs up. Today we'll be testing some W7 makeup. It's never really been a brand that I've been very drawn to. I've seen some of their palettes and it's quite simple, and they have those tin cases as well, which I didn't really like. So when I went to Beauty Outlet, they had a huge range of their products and I was a little bit intrigued. I have put off doing this video for a while just because I've had a lot of other things to review, so it's finally W7's time to shine. So let's see what they've got. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first item we're gonna have a look at and test is this Blur to Perfection Faux Filter Priming Potion. This I paid £4.99 for at Beauty Outlet, but on the original site, on W7's actual site, it is £8.95. So I have opened this up before just to have a look because it intrigued me that it has a dropper, but it's got like proper lotion inside, or like lotion consistency. So it doesn't make sense for the dropper because it's quite thick and the dropper doesn't pick up much at all. So I'm just going to take some of that out just so we can prime the skin and have that done before we go into the eyes. So I'm just going to place that all around my face. It smells really nice, but it just smells like your run-of-the-mill body lotion, to be honest. Look at the dropper. It's just looks like there's product inside, but there's nothing, so not a good start for W7 today. So on the skin, it just feels like a moisturizer. We'll see if it gets a bit more tacky, but I'm really grateful that it's not silicone based. Next we're gonna just pop on some brows, and for brows I got a Brows For You microblade brow pen, and the shade is dark brown. So it's like the one I got from Wish a couple of months ago, and it just has the like fork like bristles. So I'm just gonna fill in any blank spots. So I'm not sure if you can see, but it's more of like a reddy or orange undertone, so it doesn't look great. But really it's not doing the job, and it's so bendy as well, like I don't know. So this retails for £3.50, and then I got it at Beauty Bay for £2.99. So next we're going to move on to eyeshadow. This is the palette that I chose. There was another one called Ultraviolet, I think it was, that also was quite appealing, but this one I liked a lot better because it was just so random, which is the slogan, totally random. And it has like emojis on it, donuts, and the same little rainbow as I have on my top up here. And inside it has a mirror, and that is what it looks like inside. So inside it you also get a little brush. My camera's not focusing, sorry. And it has a fluffy end on this side and then a shadow brush on this side. I think we might try and use that. I really primed my eyelids, as you can see. So I have an idea in mind for what I want to do with this. We don't know if it's gonna work out, but trust the process. So I'm just gonna put one of my guards on just to like get that nice shape. If some of you follow me on Instagram as well, you'll know that I'm doing like a 7-day one brand full face challenge. So I'm using the Olivia Hale, which I reviewed from Home Bargains maybe a month ago, and I really did like the products when I initially tried them, but I started to get a lot of irritation on my eyes, and I'm thinking it's the mascara or the liquid liner, but I'm not sure. So I still have 3 days to go, so we'll see how that goes and see if my eye burns out of my socket. But if you want to see that, go over to my Instagram page, which is linked down in the description. For what I want to do, which you'll see, I'm just going to use quite a dense brush just to pack on some shadow first, and I'm going to dip into this purple shade over here, which is called Royal. I also am noticing that there's a lot of kickback first of all, and also the pans are really loose in the palette. But one really nice thing is the mirror inside, which is always very appreciated. So I'm just going to start by packing this purple shadow onto my eye. We're not going to blend it just yet, but just place it on the eye. I went on my lid, which I wasn't supposed to do, but we'll sort that out in a minute. And I'm taking it right across my crease and upper crease. So just packing that on. I'm going to clean off the lid in a second because I do want it on the outer corner but not in the inner corner. So packing just to get it really dark, but the pigment is really nice. We'll see how it blends out, but initially that looks really nice. Then taking a slightly smaller fluffy brush, I'm going to dip into this pink over here called Pop Art, and it's the brightest pink in the palette. I'm just going to run that along the top of the purple and blending the edges of that purple out with the pink. So we are losing a bit of the purple pigment obviously, but it's not too bad. I think the pink's just a bit brighter, so it brings down the purple. This is definitely not going to be an everyday look, but I just wanted to try something different today. And then just taking the same brush, I'm going to dip into this lighter pink over here called Bubbles, and it has a slight shimmer to it, so we'll see if it works. And we're just going to run that on top of the first pink. And then I'm actually going to remove the tape now, and just grabbing this fluffy brush again that we used for the purple, I'm just going to slightly try and blend that out and soften that line. So I'm not really caring about the angles of this, I'm actually just want to blend it up very nicely, and we can clean that up after. So here's the interesting part. We're going to just grab a Q-tip and some eye makeup remover, and I'm going to get that a little bit wet. I mean, how do you even say that? Get some of the product onto the earbud, and then we're going to clean off our lid space, but not all the way. And I'm also just going to clean slightly above the crease. My eyes are quite fatty, so it's really hard to be precise because it keeps catching. So once that is done, I am going to grab some concealer, the concealer that we'll be using today, but we'll speak about it in a bit, and just a very small flat brush that is a little bit more precise. I'm going to pick some of that up and then just dab it off of my hand so we don't have a lot of product. And then we're going to attempt to cut this crease. Never actually done this on camera before, so bear with me. I know you're supposed to use actual cut crease stuff, but I don't have any, so you know, you make do with what you have. Just placing it where I don't want you to see any of the purple and pink anymore, and just patting that on. I'm taking it all the way down to the tear duct as well. Then we'll just wait for that to dry slightly. Then grabbing the W7 brush that we got with the palette, we'll see if it works. We're gonna dip into purple shade over here called Fake ID. It doesn't look like it's picking up onto the brush at all, to be honest. Look at that, there's like nothing on it. Yeah, nothing. So I'm just going to grab a sponge applicator because I find it applies shimmer so much better. So just, oh my gosh, I dug a big hole in it. Oops. Not using any setting spray or anything, but just picking that up, and I'm going to place it on the concealer. A typical cut crease, is it? But it helps make the shimmer pop. And I want to pack it on so it looks very vibrant and shimmery. At least there's pigment in it. You know, sometimes you pick up a palette and you're like, wow, and then you put it on and it's like meh. So I'm really stoked with this actually. So just gonna dip into that purple again, and I'm just gonna place it on the edge of this shimmer, and we're gonna blend it in. Bear with me please. Because the sponge applicator is working so well with these glitters, I'm actually gonna do something a bit daring, but we're gonna dip into this blue over here called Confused, and I'm gonna take the other side of the sponge applicator and we're gonna place that on the tear duct. And voila! So that is the eyeshadow just done for now. I'm gonna jump off camera and just complete the other eye, and then we'll come back and apply some mascara. So that's both eyes done. It's a little bit uneven, but generally speaking, I'm in love with it. It gives me unicorn vibes, and I'm just feeling that today. So like I said, I'm absolutely in love with the eyeshadow so far. I really like bright girly colors, so this was a great addition to my collection, and I'm really happy to have it with us. So this palette actually retails for £6.95, and I actually got it for £5.99, so not a lot off, but definitely worth it. I would recommend this palette. Look at it, it's so pigmented. I'm actually low-key in love with it. So for mascara, we got a duo pack, and it comes with a King Cole eye pencil and a Ultra Plush Everything mascara. So I just grabbed it because I don't really have a pencil liner anymore. I usually have retractable ones or just a liquid, but we are not going to use this today, but it was just an added bonus. I think it retails for about £3, and then we got it for free. And the duo pack was only £3 with the mascara, and the mascara alone retails for about £4. So I think we had quite a bargain. Ooh, the wand has exactly what I like. It is the rubber bristles, and it is nice and separating, and it has a curve in it as well. And I'm just going to apply that onto the lashes before we move onto the face, just in case the glitter decides it doesn't want to be stuck to my face anymore. So I really do like this mascara so far. It's separating my lashes, but yet lengthening them and clumping them up. So that is what it looks like. I got some on my face. That is what it looks like. I really like it. It's making my lashes nice and long. But I'll do a wear test. It is quite late in the afternoon, it's about 3, but I'll wear the makeup as long as possible, and I'll check in with you guys and tell you how long everything lasted and if this mascara has flaked at all. But I really like it. Look at that. I don't even need false lashes. So next we're gonna move on to complexion, and I got this little silicone pebble when I went to Home Bargains, and I haven't used it. I mean, this was like when I did my Wet n Wild review, which I'll link up here in case you haven't seen it. But then I got this little pebble from W7, and I've never used a silicone pebble before. That's what it looks like inside, and it's supposed to be like a beauty blender, so I thought we'd save it for this. So for foundation, we have this W7 It's Glow Time Radiant Foundation. That is what it looks like. It's got a cute little lid, and obviously, you know, I like glowy foundations. It doesn't have any claims at the back. Doesn't have any claims at all, I don't think. So let me just have a look so I can tell you what it is meant to do. It says that it is a lightweight foundation that gives the skin a natural glow, and it's supposed to be medium coverage. Let's try, and my shade, I forgot to tell you, is called Sand Glow. It looks a bit light, but we'll see. And then we're gonna take this pebble sponge, and we're gonna try and work this on the side of the face. I think I took too much product for sure on this pebble. It looks like it's enough to cover my entire face. I don't like it. I'm gonna switch to a foundation brush because that's what we usually do, one side with the sponge and one side with the brush. So I'm just changing it because no, it was just staying wet and not like absorbing into the skin, just like slapping it around. This foundation is very, very blendable. It seems to be the right shade as well. Okay, so this is the side with the brush. I did cut into my eyeshadow slightly, and this is the side with nothing on yet, but it's not bad and the color's pretty close, I think. So next we're just gonna blend the other side out with a sponge, which I need to wet quickly. Just excuse the state of my sponge. I have been doing this 7-day challenge and I have been using my sponge every single day for the BB cream we got from Olivia Hale, so I have been wetting it every day, so it does get a nice little rinse, but it's completely stained and we need to get a new one. But just grabbing the sponge and putting some of that product on, we're gonna blend this on the side of the face. Okay, so on this side of the face it seems to be lifting quite a bit, and I think that might be due to the fact that my sponge is a little bit too damp. The side with the brush definitely looks better with this foundation. The foundation retails for £5.50 and I got it for £3.99, so £3.99. But next we're going to move on to this concealer. It is HD concealer, we've got you covered, and the shade I have is called MN6, which is medium neutral 6. So the doe fit is huge. We got it for £2.99 and then it retails for £3.50, so not much either over there, but still the same product. So it does have a scent. It smells like chemicals, and we're just gonna place it over here, some down the nose. It does look like a good match, but we'll have to see. So I'm gonna start blending on the chin first. It's supposed to give us medium coverage as well, not a, although it says we've got you covered, it's not really a full coverage concealer. Yeah, it is quite a wet formula, so I'm just gonna dry that. Look how cute that is. And then it's a really a runny consistency, so a little bit goes a long way. Yeah, that looks way too light. My whole face looks light on camera, but it honestly, maybe it's my light, but it doesn't look that light in real life. I look crazy. So next we're gonna move on to just powdering down the face quickly. And I'm sure you've seen this on my channel before. It's called the W7 Sheer Loose Powder. The only problem with this is that it does have titanium dioxide in it, which causes flashbacks when you take flash photography. So that's not something you really want, because you don't know when you're going to be photographed. But like I said, you've seen it on my channel before, so we're just going to do this very quickly. So I'm just going to jump off camera and do my bronzer, highlights and blush, as I didn't get any from this brand. So I'm going to do that off camera, then we'll complete the eyes and do the lips. So I've just warmed up my complexion and added some blush, bronzer, highlight. So we're going to complete the eyes next, and I don't want to copy the top on the bottom lashes because I think those tops are quite hectic, and we also want to use more colors from the palette. So I'm going to dip into this dark brown over here, which is called Chippy, and I'm actually going to take it from the outer corner all the way to the inner corner on just a little angled flat brush. Then I'm just going to grab another flat angled brush, and I think I'm going to dip into this mustard color over here called Mustard. I'm actually going to blend right underneath that brown with this. Then I'm also just going to take, oh my gosh, I'm using so much shades from this palette. We're also going to take this peach shade over here called Peachy, and that we're also just going to blend underneath all of that. I honestly really like that. The under eyes are not crazy, but it's still done, and I'm in love with that palette. I can honestly say every shade in there has delivered, so definitely recommend. I've seen them just recently, I think it was last week, post the palette on their Instagram page, so go have a look. So lastly, I have this lipstick. I didn't get any lip liner, so I might have to just jump off and do my lip liner off camera, but it is called Too Fabulous lipstick, and the shade I bought is Abundance. This is what the shade looks like. It's really pretty. I think this was $2.99. I'm not sure. I'll pop all the prices up here and the comparison as well. And let me just line my lips. So I couldn't quite find the right shade for lip liner, so I just mixed two together. But let's go ahead and put the lipstick on. Is it matte? It doesn't say. Nope, it's definitely not. It smells really nice. I really don't like the finish. That's probably my own fault for not looking. Way too shiny. I prefer way more matte, and I think it clashes a bit with our eyes, but this is what we've got. So I'll remove my headband quickly and then we can do our final thoughts. Like I said during the video, the only product I really did not like was the brow product. Look at my brows, they're like not even aggressive at all. So that one I would definitely give a miss. Also the primer, I mean, I don't have any great primers to be honest, but this again is not a great primer. It's basically just a moisturizer, but everything else I really loved. I love the foundation, even though it looks a bit lighter on camera, but it's really not in real life. I love even the concealer, because it did a really nice cut crease for me. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought, and let me know if you've tried W7 and if you would be willing to try this palette. Also, please go follow me on Instagram as well as on TikTok. I don't post on TikTok as often, but I definitely do on Instagram. Like I said, I'm doing my 7-day 1 brand challenge, so go over there and take a look. But other than that, that's it from me guys. Hope you all have a great evening. Bye.